16?
Yeah?
You're exactly where you said you'd be.
I'm sorry. Who exactly are you?
My name is Rex Tyler. I'm a member of the Justice Society of America.
Whoa. The actual JSA.
The single greatest secret force this country has ever known.
I need to talk to you about Sarah Lance, Ray Palmer, and the rest of the legends. I think they're all in trouble.
Someone just blew up New York.
During World War II. I think we can all guess who that someone is.
We are history's last line of defense.
We have the tools to make a difference. We can make history better.
As in seducing the Queen of France.
She seduced me.
I'm gonna get to meet Albert Einstein.
Help! I'm being kidnapped!
What did we say about using powers in future tech, Dr. Palmer?
Well, yeah, but they started it.
We're not time masters. There are no rules.
Oh, very.
Jonah Hex!
I'm taking you in, alive or dead.
Those Confederates look a lot like...
Don't say it!
Stop me! Stop me! Stop me!
It's like Ninja 3, Domination.
There's no such thing as ninjas, you idiot.
Tell that to Chuck Norris.
You all have no idea what you're up against.
Hello, Eobard.
Mr. Dark.
Relax, Captain. We got this.
As flawed and unruly as you are individually, together you are the best crew a captain could ever hope for.
Sorry to contact you like this, Captain Hunter. But I can't risk putting any more lives in danger.
How is it you people haven't managed to kill yourselves yet?
They still young.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So new Legends of Tomorrow Justice Society footage. We also see Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, Fortnite crossover footage too. So let's break it down. This is finally the Justice League TV show that we were promised, or that they should have done initially. I don't know why they just didn't start with this in season 1. So yay for Justice Society, we're finally there. They're doing core characters, so it's not like they can't do actual Justice Society. So I'll explain who the roster's gonna be and how Justice Society fits into the continuity of Earth 1. So we're talking like the Arrowverse, we're not talking like Supergirl's Earth, which is still like in a different universe. So if you haven't seen season 1, you don't need to watch it. It's a time travel show, you understand it. There used to be Time Masters. They basically killed them off via time travel. So now there are no cops policing time travelers. So you have time traveling criminals like the Reverse Flash, Eobard Thawne, messing with time, which is where you get the Legion of Doom, the big bads of season 2. So it's Justice Society versus Legion of Doom. So Legion of Doom all across history just starts going crazy. Like you hear they blow up New York with an atom bomb during World War II, and they're like, oh, guess who's responsible for that? It's Damien Darhk back in the 1940s. So like people that are dead in modern continuity will show up in the past sometimes. So like they said, Katie Cassidy is going to guest star on the TV show. She's probably going to show up in the past. Sarah finds out about her death, probably going to try and save her somehow. But that's kind of like the MacGuffin of the season. You see Citizen Steel here. The way they talk about him in the trailer, it sounds like he doesn't know that he has powers, or he's hiding the fact that he has powers. But in the comics, he has kind of a tragic story. He basically turns into living steel, so he loses his sense of touch. It becomes part of this big plot where he gets twisted by one of the villains. I don't think they're going to go that way with this character. He seems a little more hopeful, so I don't think they're going to be that pessimistic with the story. But you get the idea, living steel. So he's the guy that comes to Oliver in the trailer and is like, hey, I think your friends are totally messing up. They're in trouble. We need to find them and help out. So of course, Oliver Queen crossover in the first episode. Now the Flash is finally officially crossing over this season 2. I know everybody's like, how come he didn't cross over in season 1? They put him in that first trailer. Why wasn't he in the rest of the series? So we see messages from future Barry way further in the future beyond that Flash newspaper from season 1, like Flash vanishes in Crisis, but it's during the 2020s, just making you wonder how they're going to deal with that on the Flash TV show. That's like a whole other thing. but this is from the 2050s, so we're talking to like a super old Barry. But remember, the Speed Force actually keeps the Flash pretty young, like it rejuvenates his cells, so he ages much, much slower than a normal person. But a lot of you are like, what does that mean? I can't risk putting any other lives in danger. It's just like a continuation of the Legion of Doom versus Justice Society time-traveling plot. The Reverse Flash going all over time, influencing events, Barry naturally trying to chase him down. So there's this big time war that's being waged in different places in time, and we're seeing it through the Legends crew's eyes. So like when we jump through different times, we'll probably see different versions of heroes that we've already seen before. So we might actually see that really old version of Barry. Like we got to see really old one-armed Oliver Queen last year. We got to see Connor Hawke. We might get to see super old Barry. But more Legends roster. I know there's lots of questions just because like Vixen is a different version of Vixen. It's basically her grandmother just because there was a problem with the actress's availability, like the person who played Vixen before. So this is another person to wear the mantle. It's her grandmother, but it looks like they fixed the special effects so they're like way cooler. So the way they explain her, she's just like a little more hardcore, but I totally love her costume. Obviously, you know Mike from Suits. He's playing Our Man, Rex Tyler. He basically gets superpowers for an hour at a time when he uses his drug, but it's super addictive, so we'll see how they deal with that. That's Stargirl. Super happy to see her back on TV. Haven't seen her since the Smallville episode of Justice Society, which was written by Jeff Johns. So like a lot of these Justice Society characters are actually characters that appeared in Jeff Johns' Justice Society comic, his JSA title. If you haven't read JSA, read Jeff Johns' run from the early 2000s. It's not going to be the exact same plot that they're doing on the TV show, but it'll give you good background on the characters, and the artwork is amazing. But you guys see Obsidian standing there in the background. We see him use his powers during the trailer. That's another big WTF because they confirmed that this Obsidian is the son of Alan Scott, but Obsidian is being played by Lance Henriksen. So if you imagine how old Lance Henriksen is, then imagine how old Alan Scott must be. So if we're gonna actually hear Green Lantern stuff happening on the TV show, it'll probably be during like an extended Obsidian scene where he starts talking about his backstory, a little bit about his past, his family. But just going around the list here, that's Dr. Midnight back behind Stargirl, and the other guy standing over here on the end is Sandman. So that's just like the beginning. Obviously, we're in the JSA Brownstone, so that's like a whole other thing. We'll have to talk about that when we get to that episode. But I feel like the effects look awesome. It sounds like they actually know what the plot is this season. They added in a bunch of Flash characters, and I know everybody's like, what about Jay Garrick? If they're doing Reverse Flash and Barry, and Jay Garrick was part of Justice Society, like a core member, then why isn't he in the trailer? I feel like they're just holding that back, maybe so that it's like a surprise or something, but you can't do Justice Society without at least doing a little bit of Jay Garrick. And I know we see Supergirl in this footage too. That's because there's Fortnite crossover footage in here. So the Fortnite crossover is the Dominators coming for Earth. That's why everybody has to team up from all 4 shows. So if you ever wanted a reason to watch all 4 TV shows, they're all connected, so it just makes it a lot more fun for the continuity of each of the seasons if you keep up with the story each week. But I will be doing videos for everything, so no worries there. Supergirl starts on Monday, Legends of Tomorrow starts next Thursday. So when I post those videos, I'll explain what's different, what they've done to make them like way cooler. They changed a bunch of stuff on Supergirl, like we have Superman on Supergirl now, and we have Justice Society on Legends of Tomorrow. And that's not even getting into the Fortnite crossover stuff. That's going to be way above and beyond anything you've seen on TV before. But if you want to start getting ready for the Fortnite crossover, it's the Invasion storyline. It's by Todd McFarlane, the guy that created Spawn. But there are different comic book Easter eggs that you're going to be seeing throughout the season on all 4 TV shows from that Dominator storyline. So as we go, I'll explain what they're doing. There's just like so much going on, so I'm so excited. So if you're worried about missing stuff, don't worry. I'll try to include everything in the videos that I do. So even if you miss an episode, like you still be able to keep up with what's going on. But today, the really big news today, the Iron Fist panel is happening later at New York Comic Con. So I'll be doing a video. They're supposed to drop a new trailer, so I'll be doing a video for that later. Be sure to subscribe to get it.
Alright, so we've just wrapped on season 1 of Iron Fist. It's 9 AM. I've got to be at Comic Con in like 3 hours. So I'm going to get a little disco nap. And yeah, I'll see you guys there. I'm really looking forward to it. Just need to sleep. All right, peace.
There's another Flash Killer Frost video that I'm going to do later. There's some new footage of Killer Frost that's really badass. So, whole bunch of stuff coming today. New York Comic Con is happening all week. There's some Punisher stuff happening later. So, next video should be Iron Fist. While you guys wait for that to post, you can click here for my Justice League trailer video, and you can click here for my last big Flash trailer video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.